Good evening. I hope you all were able to enjoy your Halloween. If you even celebrate Halloween, I don't, or I didn't this year at least. I just don't feel like that's really a part of, I don't know, what I'm into right now. This post, like the title, is Musings of the Ideal Self. I just had a really intense and meaningful conversation with my best friend Heather. She came over because she's going through some things as well, some pretty life-altering changes right now, as am I. And we were talking about these recurring feelings of frustration and confusion, and I don't know if any of you are familiar with Erickson's stages of psychosocial development, and we were going through them. We were going through these feelings that we're having and these things that we're doing, and going through, and it was interesting. Although the our ideal selves, differ as far as the outcome. But of course, I don't know if you're versed in the topic. It's more of a process over outcome theory. So, the point that I'm trying to make, or wanted to document, is I was just thinking about my ideal self. Obviously, my ideal self identifies as male, and is still, ambitious. But I don't feel like I'll have to be overly ambitious to compensate for the things that I feel that I lack, such as, my gender identity, and coming to terms with my multi-ethnicity and things of that nature. This is really hard for me to articulate, so bear with me. I think one of the major points that really made me think was I was still thinking about Andrea and I's relationship, because Heather's having a lot of the same conversations that Andrea and I had with her girlfriend, and it's interesting to look at the similarities and a different from a somewhat detached perspective, I guess. It's interesting, the feelings of her girlfriend feels like she was walking on eggshells because of just the precariousness, this fragile situation it is to transition from whatever you have been socialized into, and the transition into your ideal self is a scary time. And it's a scary time to be with someone, because there is that underlying fear that your ideal self will not be compatible with the person you're in love with. And I feel like I've struggled with that for at least months with my relationship with Andrea, and it's I'm struggling between these feelings of maybe I was unfair to her, because I was unwilling to recognize or acknowledge those feelings and that fear, and address it directly and openly and honestly, as we had kind of vowed to do when coming into this relationship. So there's that, and then there's also this undercurrent of like this unwillingness of the other person, and not really an unwillingness, but an unknowing. Like, maybe she is her ideal self. Like, I mean, obviously she will continue to grow and change and, develop her personality. But I think for the most part, like, she is who she wants to be. She's an artist. She wants to be, more involved in that community. She's, a lesbian and, wants to be more connected with that community. And these are things that my ideal self don't connect with. Like, I don't connect with. And I feel like both of us just having this fear of losing each other has kind of caused us to grow stagnant in our own development and the development of our relationship. Like, we couldn't even function in a relationship because we were two people that were, too, I don't know, not too self-aware, but too self-conscious to openly express what it was that what our needs and what our wants were and our desires and our goals. Like, like, we are both people that, we as in Andrea and I were both people that, like, focus on our careers as a means to kind of not think about ourselves and, like, our true person and who we are and what we want to be. So, I don't know, we just had this really long conversation, and it just, like, opened my eyes to a lot of things and a lot of behaviors that I had exhibited over the past few months in my relationship with Andrea. And I don't think I've really drawn any conclusions other than the fact that I feel a sense of affirmation in the fact that we did decide to split up, because I can now recognize those patterns from, like, an outside perspective, and I can recognize the fact that in a long-term path of thinking, we will both be better off. Like, we'll both be better able to become our ideal selves through more, like, the freedom to explore ourselves. Like, to be with someone that you're afraid to lose is just, it jades you after a while. Like, I don't even know how to express the way I feel or what I'm trying to say, so I don't know. I don't know if any of you out there have ever, like, went through this or feel the same way, or, like, can at least, like, understand. And even if you can articulate it better than I can, like, that would be awesome, because maybe that would help others or myself or yourself. Being able to talk about it was kind of cathartic for both of us this evening, and I feel like I don't know, I just feel like I'm better for it. And I feel like I've actually made some progress tonight as far as, like, my feelings and what I need to do. So yeah, hope you all have a good night.